So that is something that I wanted to show you. So here you can see that we have made a payment, and let's go to the dashboard and see if that payment has been recorded. So I can click on here, and I think you can see, yeah, you can see, for example, the payments that have been added. I think I can see balances. So if I come here, you'll be able to come here to the transaction also. Let's see if there is any transaction. Yeah, you can see we have transactions that have been made right now. You can see it is have succeeded. You can see the email. You can see the payment method was this card. You can see even the description here, and many other things. You can export this. So yeah, that's another thing that you can be able to see. You can see the succeeded, and remember, this is the dashboard right now. This is the dashboard for the for your Stripe your Stripe account. So now the other thing that has been left here is to make sure that we are actually saving the orders to the database, so that we can show the user here, and also we can show the admin, so that also admin can be able to make sure that those orders have been those orders, they have been delivered, or they can change the status. And also you can see here, we need also to make like we can be able to make sure that we can rate this product, so, or any other product that we have, and we can be able to show them here. So that is it. So let's go and look something that is called webhook. So for the webhook, you need to come here to developers. So developers, and then you can come here to webhook, and for the webhook you need to create an event destination here. And right now, because we are not in production, so we are not going to use this add an endpoint here. So we are going to use test to test in a local environment. So to test in a local environment, you need to do various things, and they have given you steps. So the first step that you need to do is to download CLI. So, and this downloading CLI, it will depend on which platform you are in. So for example, in my case here, in the in Linux. So for Linux, I'm going to click here, and I'm going to go through how to install the CLI. I need to download from the GitHub, and you can unzip that file. And then for the Stripe here, I'm going to click on the Stripe, and I have already done that. So I'm going to show you. If you are using Mac OS, you can go through also this to be able to have a Stripe in your terminal. And if you're using something else like Windows here, you need to install Scoop. And you can see the Scoop here, you need to install Scoop. Yeah, so you can, so that you can be able to use Scoop. For the Docker, the same here, you can be able to actually go through the documentation. So for me, I have already done for the Linux because I'm using Ubuntu. So if I, for example, ls here, you can see I have a Stripe here. So the first thing that when you come here, you need to do is to make sure that you have logged in. So using the Stripe in the terminal. So let me just click here, and I don't know if I will be allowed to log in again, because already I have logged in. So I'm going to use Stripe login here, like that. Click on login here, and I can continue. So already I have logged in, so you can see. Yeah, so if you have not logged in, then you'll be able to log into your dashboard and make sure that you have already have account, so that when you click on that Stripe login, you'll be able to be redirected here. And you can see here, it is sending me a code so that I can verify. So let me see my email here, the code that they have sent me, so that they can be able to verify it's me. So you can see here is still confirming, but then they need to send the verification. So I'm going to actually let me come up here and copy my code, this code here, and I can come up here and paste it like that. And you can see continue, allow access, yes, and then I can add my password here like that. Yeah, and then if you come back to the terminal here, you'll be able to see that it is have succeeded and it's done. But also you can be able to be able to see that it will only last for 90 days here. So another thing now, so let's go back. So we are going through the documentation. So where we were at here, so already we have we have downloaded the CLI, we have Stripe login, and you can see actually it's completed, and you can see even my computer here that has logged in. So here the other thing to do here is to have to actually forward the event to your webhook. So now we have not created our webhook, and we are going to do that right now. So after we have made our checkout here and we have made a payment, we need a way to know that we have, if the payment was complete, so that we can add that payment, or we can be able to create that order in our database. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to also copy another code for the webhook, and I'm going to explain to you. And this is something that you'll find that most tutorials will not be able to show you, or will not go through this step. So here you can see we have our webhook here. This is another function. So you can see here we had this one for Stripe for create checkout session, but in this case now we have another one for the webhook here, and this webhook here is the one that will be listening for events, and from those events we can be able to know if the payment was complete. And for example, you can see here one of the events that we are reasoning is checkout.session.completed, and then we can get for example stripe.customers, we can get the details that we already actually added in the customers here as a metadata, so we can get them on the webhook here. So I'm going to save this, and also let me reload again my backend. And right now I'm going to explain this once I'm done. So I'm going also to come up here, and I want to make sure that I am forwarding my webhook here. So to forward your webhook, you need to add it here, like you need to copy this command here. And another thing you can see, for example, this one here, you can actually run this command here, and this command will be able to test if your webhook is able to receive events. So I'm going to come up here and I can paste that command like that. But in this case, because my localhost or my backend here is running on a different port, I'm going to change, and also my endpoint doesn't look like this. So I'm running on port 8800, so I'm going to change that. So this one is 8800. Another thing is API, and then version 1, and then we have Stripe, so that we have now webhook. And also here we are using /stripe like that, so it will be able to reason and forward to this here. You can see it's 8800/API/version 1, and I need to verify that. So I'm going to come here, and you can see is API version 1 Stripe and then webhook. So that is what you need to do. Make sure that you have the correct backend, and then I can click on enter here. You can see it's checking ready, and you can see here actually your signing secret is right here. So I can copy this like that, and I can click on enter here. So you are already using Stripe version, and your webhook signing secret is this. To quit, you can see if you want to quit, you can click on Control C. Then I can come here to my webhook where we have Stripe. And another thing that I need to do is that I can add this right here. And you can see here I have already commented it, and I'm going to show you why. So I'm going to paste that here, and I can save that. So right now also let me restart this. I don't know why NodeMon is not working on my environment, but in your case I don't think you need to. If you are using NodeMon, there's no need for you to be restarting your backend each and every time you make any change. So you can see here now I can run this command here, and this will let me know if I'm receiving any event. So you can see this is completed, this is also completed, listening for events. So let me run another. So I'm going to click here and open another. I can open another terminal here and paste. And when you're actually designing for the webhook here, and also when you're running this command, don't use VS Code terminal here. I don't know why, but it's not working. So until you use the terminal for your computer, CMD or terminal. So here I can just come here and click done the Stripe here, and then payment intent succeeded. So also if you are on Windows, you not need to do /Stripe here. You will already have a Stripe, so you just call Stripe and then trigger payment intent succeeded. So here I'm going to click this, and it's checking running fixtures, and then trigger succeeded. And then when I come here, you can see it's receiving. You can see here we are getting some events. So right here I have sent an event that is called payment intent succeeded, and on this case also you can see it is receiving that event. So now you can see here we have completed all these parts here. So I want us to just go through the code for the webhook, because I have not explained what I've done. So the first thing that you need to do for the webhook is to verify. And let me just go also back to the documentation. So you can see here, this will be able to explain many other things. Also received events here, you can be able to see received other events here. But the first thing that you need to have is all you'll have is that you'll have to verify. So what I'm doing is that I'm having an error for verifying, and I have already looked at many places like Stack Overflow and many other places, and I have not found any solution. But I wanted to show you webhook and how they operate, so that you understand. So that's why even if I had this error, I had to continue and show you how webhooks works. So here you can see we have this secret here that we have generated in our webhook. And then the other thing is that if you check here, I'm checking if endpoint secret, this one is available, and if it's available, then we go through and verify here. So we call stripe.webhooks and then construct event. We pass in the request.body and signature here. We need to pass the signature, and you can see signature here will be from Stripe headers here, and then Stripe signature. And then you can see the endpoint secret here. So this is the verification part here. And then if you have error, you can see you are going to print webhook error. So here you can see also data. We have data, event, and everything. But now, because I don't actually I'm not verifying. So this part here, which we don't have now, that means that we don't have this part, so I'm not verifying. So you can see this whole process here is until here it's omitted. Then we just move into here where we have data, which is we are getting data from request.body.data and then object, and then event type we are getting it from request.body.type. And then now down here, this is where now we are just checking. So one thing that I need you to notice is that verification is very important. And if I'm going to get solution, I'm going for that error, I'm going to come back and show you, and we are going to uncomment this endpoint secret here so that we can be able to go through this part here for verification, because it's very important. But in this case, because it is testing and I wanted to show you webhook, even before, or even if I don't have like solution for that error, then we are proceeding. So if here you can see I'm checking event type. If event type is equals to checkout.session.completed, that means the payment is complete. And then here we are actually getting stripe.customers and then retrieve the customer, then asynchronous we get the customer. But here is where we need to get the metadata. But in my case here, if you check, I'm assigning user ID from this here, user ID, email, and the name, the card, you can see, and then I'm storing those items here in these variables. So after that, now I'm coming here and now I'm using the order model to create an order to my database. That is after the payment is complete, and then I can save that information in my database. So this is not the ideal way of handling the webhook, but for this part here, it's okay for the create session, checkout session. But for this webhook here, where we need to receive payment or to know if the checkout session is complete, then you can this one you need to change and make sure that you are verifying, especially if the application is going to production. So that is it. If I come back here, you can see the event that we triggered using this part here. And also if I do that again here, fixture, then succeed, you come back here, you can see we are getting those events. So what I'm going to do is that now I'm going to make sure that I make the payment, or I make the payment, and then after that we will be able to see if it will be able to actually save in the database. And also we are going to see that event here in our webhook. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to add another item to the cart. So this time let me add like 5 here, then add to the cart or the basket. I'm going to click here like that. You can see now we have all this. Then we can have proceed to checkout. So you can see I've clicked checkout here. It's redirecting to Stripe. And after redirecting to Stripe right here, so it's rerunning, so you can see 480. And then you can see here also you can pay with the link. So here I'm just going to use my email like that. Another thing is the card. This is a test card. This is not a real card, and you are getting this from Stripe. If you go through the documentation, you'll be able to see that any future date. So for example, let's say 2030, any CVC, I'm going to use that CVC, and then the name here, I'm going to use my name, and then I think Kenya here. Yeah. So now I want you to notice something. So right now you can see here we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 event. Or what I can do to make sure that you see the event that you are getting is that I can start another one here, so that if we get an event here, you'll be able to see it. So now let's proceed and pay. So click on payment here. So it is processing, and you can see here it has frozen my input, and you can see after that I'm redirected to now the orders page here. Thank you for your orders and something of the sort. And then if I come back here, you can see this part here. We have session checkout session completed, and we made this event charge updated and all these things. So if I come back now and to my dashboard here, where is my dashboard here? Oh, let me just come back here. So I have already completed everything here. So if I come back to the transactions here, so you can see the payments that I have already done here. We have done all this payment here. So yeah, you can see how easy it is. So another thing is I want to make sure that I don't have any error. So here I don't have any error, and I want to make sure that those orders have been created to the database. So I'm going to MongoDB and see if I'm getting those orders have been saved to the database. So here can sign in. I can come here and sign. Yeah, and you can see here that in orders here we have this that we have created, and you can see the name is John Doe. We have user ID here to be this one that we had coded, and also this is we have had coded. You can see the products here. The total is 480. The name here, the email, the status is 0. That means it's pending. And if I can click on these products here, the first object is the first email, the first product. The second here is the second product, and we have another one here which is the third product. So that is it I wanted to show you right now. So we have handled the payment. In the next video now we are going to check on how we can display that product, that orders here for the user and also for the admin, and how we can be able to make sure that we are rating the products. So we can be able to rate the products once we actually have that product delivered to us. We can be able to make those rate that product, so that other people can be able to see that product. They can be able to see those ratings, and then those ratings also they will be displayed. Let me just come here. They will be just displayed. They will be displayed here. So there are these ratings here. So that is it. Have a great day. See you on the next video.